beautiful charge.
Whoa! What a
Oh my god, it's
Oh!
what a save!
Hey there everybody, it's time for some more Ori action. We're going to be bringing you today a match between MrGreeZ and Grifs, our 32 and 33 seeds, so this one's going to be close. I'm Sigma, and joining me today on commentary, it's Poogle. How's it going?
I'm doing alright, how are you doing, Sigma?
You know, pretty good, pretty good. I'm always excited to see close Ori matches, and if the seedings are any indication that this one is definitely going to be close, so I'm looking forward to that.
This is going to be one heck of a good match. I know these two have been somewhat trash-talking each other in the couple of days before, so I think they're excited too.
Yeah, man. So, this is going to be pretty good. You can see their division coming up here. This is the first match in the bracket that both of these guys are going to be playing, and they're both in the upper bracket, so it's not the end of the tournament for either one of them. If they take a loss here, they'll just be going down to the lower and having to fight their way from there. And these guys will be playing today for the honor of going up against the first seed Hydra. So that's sure to be scary, but you want to take the win. You want to get into the upper bracket as far as you can. So we'll see what these guys can do today.
I don't envy either of them having to go up against Hydra if they win. Oof, that just sounds extremely stressful.
Yeah, that's for sure. So moving on over to the stats screen, you can see their current PBs. Pretty darn close. GreeZ and Grifs with just 38 seconds apart. Now I know GreeZ was talking earlier that this 34 could have well been a 32 if not for a grenade jump mishap in that run, so he'll be looking to improve on that for sure.
Ugh, grenade jumps are so finicky. It is going to be interesting because as it says that he's a controller player on the stats, he is going to be doing a hybrid for this run.
Yeah, I know he said he wanted to, do the grenade jump inputs on keyboard precisely because of this reason, precisely because he had trouble with grenade jump in his last PB attempt, so he'll be doing that. Man, the rest of their stats are just super close. Average race time almost the same, best race time very similar, so it's impossible to predict who's going to come out ahead in this match. We'll just have to watch and get taken along for the ride.
I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see how this goes down.
Yeah, this is going to be good. So, you might be able to, in some cases, take a guess. Like, sometimes you can look at that graph in the bottom left and say, oh, this guy's got a better early game, the other one's got a better late game. So we might see maybe like the Cheese versus Dedue match we had yesterday, where it's like, okay, Cheese pulled ahead in the early game and Dedue had like this great late game to bring it back. But here, no such thing. We're basically tracing each other's graphs. So we just have to watch and see, because mistakes can happen anywhere in Ori, and the time losses, well, they'll just have to happen, and we'll just play along. So we're off now. Both our runners getting that prologue skip going, and we'll be running over to grab sign pretty soon.
No soft locks, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's always funny. If you skip the prologue on the wrong frame, or I guess the first possible frame rather, then your game just doesn't want to continue. But we didn't get any of that, so we'll be hopping on down. Nothing much we can do at this point in the game other than run and jump. You always see people jumping, and that's actually because it's faster, not because we're just, need something to do, but it is quicker to be in the air than running along the ground because of the slopes. So that's why everybody hops all the time as they go over here. And we'll see them just, hopping along, going to grab sign. There's no difference in their movement because all it is for now is holding left. We'll be getting into the Frankie fight shortly.
And GreeZ looks like a nice shade of, like, teal greenish, so that's always fun to see.
Yeah, the color code is an optional cheat code that you can put in, which just changes your color. It's purely aesthetic, nothing else changes, so you can go ahead and do it. A lot of people won't because they're afraid of dark purple, but GreeZ is showing that he has no fear, and both players getting their Frankies down. Grifs with a very slight lead coming out of that, but these small leads don't matter a huge amount in the early game because it's easy to donate seconds and maybe even a minute back later with some bad deaths. But for now, we can have fun, kind of thinking who's getting the advantage going to wall jump, and just look at that. Grif's a little bit better movement up to that jump pad. Got a cleaner jump onto it after clearing the path, and he'll be ahead too. And ooh, a couple little flubs from Greaves on that jump means GreeZ has a bit more of a lead. And you see both players, they jump into that slime there. They want to get down to 1 health if possible for an intentional death coming up, and that always makes the early game a little scary.
That it does, considering that you have to go 1 health up to the 4th health cell that the runners oftentimes will choose to take, and those Frankies cannot be not so nice sometimes.
Yeah. The good news is they do have a relatively close save because of that intentional death there. They save right before it to get to the door faster. And even if they took a death right before this 4th health, it wouldn't be horrible, but the early game of this game is definitely plagued by potential for very long deaths. They will not get to save between now and wall jump, so if they make too many mistakes, take too much damage in this section, it can be extremely costly. Now, I don't think either of these guys are going to have a problem with that, but it's something to keep in mind.
Considering that both of them have seemed to manage their health and their experience pretty effectively in this beginning early game, GreeZ even taking the intentional damage boost on the bramble wall going through. Looks like he's going to level down on the way down to wall jump. Meanwhile, Grifs looks like he's going to level back up on the way from wall jump. Ooh, really close in the experience there. A little spooky almost, but he's going to manage it just fine.
Yeah, I think he might have actually thought he was low because he stopped and turned back into that Slime's experience, which is kind of a backup for if you don't have enough, you can grab that and make sure you level with the flower on the way out, because you don't really want to deal with not leveling on the way out. But now Grifs is 1 experience away, so he'll be a-okay. GreeZ just, you know, a short lead at the moment, going towards Blackroot. We can say it's about 1 cycle worth of a lead.
Ugh, the Blackroot cycles are always really finicky. Some people like taking reloads here and there in order to get through that, so that'll be interesting to see what those lovely cycles have for us. And Grif's taken...
Ooh. Yeah,
Grif's
getting
damage
hit there.
Also grabbing a lot of that experience coming up, so he may be a little high going into Blackroot.
Yeah, he should be able to adapt to it. What I'm concerned about is the fact that he's now at 1 health. The thing he got hit by down there does 2 damage, so he's running through here, 1 shot to be killed. He's immediately going to save. Now this save doesn't cost any time, and he's probably not actually going to get hit in this section, but he's just saying, oh man, if I do get hit, like, just don't make me go all the way back to wall jump. That's a really good race strategy. I'm gonna grab that safety health as well, so Grif's, you know, playing well in a recent situation.
And it's good that he got that, because he would have died otherwise.
Holy smokes.
He's gonna even kill this one.
Gets a health drop, that's nice. These do 2 damage as well, so still playing pretty aggressive though. He cleared it out and ran right through where those that wall was, so a little bit slower for Grifs heading over to Blackroot, but staying alive is the most important thing.
Oh, that was a little spooky. Now, it looks like he grabbed Rekindle going in.
Yeah, he wants to be able to skip experience, so that makes sense.
GreeZ had grabbed Magnet going in, so also taking the safety save right there, because these spikes are one of the first instance of the things that will kill you.
Yeah, very, very, very spooky section. Grifs will save on the far side of the, or the right side of the pit, I guess I should say. GreeZ getting through, getting his 100 experience orb, but that's a intentional level up there, just to have an ability point for a cutscene skip later on. Grif's making his way up as well. Now, I didn't pay really close attention, so I don't know how these guys are on the cycles right now, but we'll have to see as GreeZ comes to the top of these lasers, how is his platform cycle? He's going to do a reload here, so he's feeling good about it.
Looks like it's pretty irrelevant, because that reload does reset that platform cycle up there, so regardless of the lasers, that'll give him a good setup for the platforms. As we'll see if Grifs does the same, because he's taking a bit of his time. And he's just gonna hope that the platform cycle is good. There we go.
Nice. He makes it. So it's a decision to not reload there. If you haven't had really perfect movement through Blackroot, you actually lose time doing the reload, and the Grifs would have because his platforms were already in the right position for him. So, you know, good heads-up play. You know, choosing to just carry on through, or maybe he just carries on through anyways. That reload saves at best like a second or two. So, MrGreeZ still holding his lead here, going through the dash room. We'll see if Grifs makes this cycle here, and he does. Very nice, very good manipulation there, not having to wait for that platform to go up.
I'm not sure if that mouse movement is happy movement or upset movement. This counts in circles.
You know, I'm a certified mouse movement interpreter, and I think he's trying to say that he's happy that he's alive, but he's frustrated in general with this early game.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust you on that.
All right, so MrGreeZ skipped through the darkness cutscene. Grif's sitting in the darkness cutscene right now, and MrGreeZ will be the first runner to grab dash. And this was where things start to pick up. The runners are still pretty close to each other, but we'll now see a few screens of difference open up quickly because MrGreeZ is just going to be going super fast with these dashes across the ground. Grifs as well grabbing dash as MrGreeZ heads out and on over to the front block.
Now, with MrGreeZ getting over there, so MrGreeZ is going to be on 3 health going into this, which is pretty nice. He didn't take damage from the spikes over there.
Yep, Grif's getting through to this trick as well. So MrGreeZ has got to grab this guy, take him all on over to the right. This is another one of those really scary early game sections where you can't save for a long time. All of your energy is required to do this trick to break through a 4 energy door into Moon Grotto. So we can't save for a little while, and a death from either player goes all the way back to dash trees. So you really don't want to take a death in this part, and I think these guys should be okay, but it's definitely scary. So MrGreeZ has got the level up. Going to be going into the Death Gauntlet. Take out this slime. Only 2 damage from the water, and I think it even dropped health, so that's feeling pretty good for him. And then just has to carry on through, shooting down everything here to get his way up to this 3rd energy cell, and that should mean safety for him. Now let's watch Grifs over on the right going through the same area right now.
Oh, super close with that Frankie. Oh. And Grifs is gonna get through this all right as well.
Oh my gosh, wow!
Oh.
No, he got sucked into the wall. That's, oh no.
Doesn't get the safety save off. And then, oh, ends up sliding down the wall into the spikes.
Okay, so exactly what he tried to do there, I saw it in the replay. He tried to dash off the edge and use a glide cancel to cut his dash early. And that's a little bit faster than running off the edge, but he cut the glide just a little bit short, and it caused him to fall directly into the spikes, or he kind of like magnets towards walls in some places as a game mechanic to make it easier to climb up them. But in this case, it just pulled him to his death on those huge damaging, like those spikes do 3 damage, so he was so safe from everything but that, and man, that's a really painful death. MrGreeZ is carrying on out of double jump now, opening up a big lead here with that death. Grifs is gonna have to play catch up now, going through the Death Gauntlet for a second time. Oh no, he's got Frankied! Oh my
no.
gosh.
Didn't get up the wall in time. These walls are really not liking him today.
Yeah, oh man, that's rough. And that kind of death too is like, you know, the first death you took to those spikes really gets under your skin. Like, that's a very rare occurrence to take a death there. And that's why most people that go for that glide cancel do, because it's really rare that you cancel on exactly the frame that causes you to get sucked down the wall like that. So people go for it still. And man, now he's trying to catch up. Like, it's a huge time deficit for him, and he's just gotta fight through it. So hopefully he can make it through this time. MrGreeZ is making good progress, you know, getting through Grotto, doing his cutscene skips here, and he'll be running with a large lead for a while. Grifs is just gonna really have to hope for mistakes from MrGreeZ later on.
Yeah, I hope he's feeling alright with this too, because early deaths like that start feeling really bad. I hope he's not too in the mindset of being upset over it.
Yeah, it's tough, and I know he hasn't had as much time to practice lately. He's only been playing, you know, for the last couple days actively. leading into the bracket. So okay, he takes it safe there, and will get his safety save. Okay, well he didn't get the safety save down, but that's okay because he did not take any damage. And Grifs has a save, so he's progressing to Grotto. GreeZ, meanwhile, going over to the Ginso tree, using that double jump quite well, and will be really on a good pace here. Quite fast all the way up to the water vein, and I don't think he's had any major mistakes through this Grotto part, so he's got to be feeling good right now about this run.
Yeah, he's going through one of the harder movement difficulty sections of this part of the run, making it look super easy.
Yep, so just a little pit stop coming up for GreeZ here. He's got to go over and grab this teleporter for later on. It's just a bit faster to come back to this one when you're heading to the end of the game rather than some of the others we grabbed. So he'll be picking up that and then heading over to the Ginso tree momentarily. Grifs has made his way to double jump, and he'll be going through the same grotto movement GreeZ just did now. This section of the game is kind of a sigh of relief in a sense, because it's easy to not die, and deaths here don't cost you a huge amount of time, but it's also easy to lose a lot of time. Like on all of your wall jumps, they can always be better, because you can't buffer your way up a wall. You have to be pressing jump on the right frames if you want them to be optimal. So it's a constant struggle to optimize this segment. GreeZ in the Ginso tree now, also doing a lot of that double jumping the walls as fast as he can.
Oh, getting through the gamer room. Looks like he's going to go for... Oh, no, he's not going to go for trying to slide past that gamer on that particular platform.
Yep, just taking the cycle that he gets, and we'll be heading through this portal room now. This room is always funny to me because, you know, you see this cool movement from GreeZ just falling through all these portals directly, but it actually doesn't matter because this next room, that shooter on the top, loads at the start of that portal room, and you always have to wait for the cycle that GreeZ is getting right now. So you could go really slow through that portal room and you'd still make this cycle. Or you can do it fast and look cool and still make this cycle, but everybody does it fast and looks cool because, you know, why not?
Hey, looking cool is good.
Yeah. Ooh, GreeZ takes a little bit of a hit there from that dropping slime. It was a little rude, but, you know, he's got plenty of health, and those most movements are now accelerating, so I think the Frankie Walk, well, not Frankie Walk, but Death Gauntlet issues are getting to him, but, you know, progressing along, he's just got to put it behind him and get onto his skin. So GreeZ on the other side, takes out that mini boss. He's doing really well, and he'll be grabbing Bash momentarily.
A battle of the G's, it would seem.
Yep. G, 5-letter name if you ignore Mister. You know, it's like you're fighting yourself. Okay, so Grifs nearly at Ginso, GreeZ nearly at Bash. So it's a huge lead for GreeZ, and it's definitely going to be difficult for Grifs to catch up, but not impossible, because we've seen issues in the late game, and as we were talking about just before, GreeZ's PB had some big issues with a soft lock on grenade jump, and having just changed his input method to keyboard, you know, we'll see how his success rate is with that. So he could have some issues at the end of the game. I think Grifs' goal will be to try to make this close enough by then to force GreeZ to do a grenade jump.
Now, Grifs coming into the Ginso tree as GreeZ, is taking a bit of damage there to set up more properly for a damage boost to get to the ghost door. He's going to take the damage on the wall there in order to go down to 1.
Yeah. At the start of that section 2, he kind of got trolled a little bit by the worm blocking his save. And sometimes you get you can't save because enemies are near on the lower platform. So the worm's already up there, but go figure. Gets his key dupe and is going to be progressing onwards. Ooh, Grifs, it takes a bit of a hit on the spike here. He's going into the portal room now. Oh, good. Oh, good lord.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Okay, well, had a safety save pretty close, but my gosh, that was, that was absolutely terrifying. It was so close to the spikes, and then eventually did hit them. This one looks a lot better in the middle of all the portals, so he'll be able to get through this time and head on towards his mini boss as GreeZ finishes off the second mini boss and is going to be going on to Swamp Entry.
And just this portal room is just the worst, because sometimes if you're not careful, the thing will go slightly out of the way, but it looks like it's good.
Yep, so as GreeZ just moves up towards the Swamp Entry, we can watch Grifs' attempt at the mini boss here. GreeZ had a really nice one, almost managed to get 5 cycles. That's pretty much almost as much as you can hope for. It is barely possible to 4-cycle this boss, but it has to be so perfect. So.
But I mean, we're not all Hydra, so.
Yeah. There's few people, I think, who have even done it once, and even fewer who have done it in a run. But Grifs is having a pretty good mini boss for himself. Got a lot of 8 hits in, so that was quite good. A 6 cycle, so matching GreeZ there, and we'll be heading towards Bash now himself. Now let's watch GreeZ over on the left, going for the Swamp Entry. And wow, his success rate there, as you can see on the stat pop-up, is not great with this. 23%, the tournament average coming out about 46, and there's one missed shot to begin with. He's trying to get this shot into the right position. Oh, actually the dash strats here. And gives up on that because the frog was not cooperating. We'll be doing the single bash setup now, so good use of a backup, and that looks great. So he will be in there. So that's a pretty good Swamp Entry. Not getting the first couple shots, but doesn't take a death. Is pretty quick about grabbing the frog for the backup, and that's always good.
And gratuitous amount of safety saves, which are always good going through Swamp.
Oh,
as he takes
boy.
a dip in the water! Oh, he's still alive! I mean, if he died, he would just go right back to the save he made after the door, but even so, oh.
I think if that was me, I would have just swam down and died to the fish, because I just saved. It's like, oh, whatever. Oh, Grif's having a little bit of trouble setting up the higher save. He took damage as well, so I'll just do the lower save, and those worm shots not quite agreeing with him. He's trying to double bash the shot up so that he can climb with it, but it actually hit, I think, the worm, and then it existed no longer. Grifs has grabbed Stomp now, and will be soon making his way left across the map, trying to get over to Valley for all of the other skills that are over there, because we're done with the right side now.
We are indeed. Grif's getting the keys, almost missed the first one, but jumped back with the damage boost, so A-okay there.
And we'll be grabbing a hyper speed into the mini boss here. It bonks the flower right away. That one's tough, you have to jump right away. And oh, meanwhile, GreeZ having a little bit of problems with his Ringo revisit here, but has a safety save right before it, and we'll be now juggling this guy. He wants to grab this ability cell up the top left, just to have enough points for charge dash later on.
Oh,
okay.
lasers!
That was fine. I was a little worried that he bonked the roof there, but it was actually okay. Nice Kuro cutscene skip there from GreeZ. Sets it up very clean. Has a lot of time to just stand there and wait for the frog to shoot him. So that's a perfect Kuro cutscene skip. Nothing to see there. And we'll be grabbing the 5th energy cell and then heading to Valley. Grif's coming up on the Swamp Entry now. So Grifs has played pretty well after those first few really costly deaths. He hasn't really lost any time. But GreeZ, on the other side of things, has been playing really solid as well, maintaining his lead by quite a lot, just by not making any major mistakes. Like, he had to, take a couple tries at Swamp Entry. He took a dip in the water when he got through Swamp, but they're just kind of minor things. Not losing minutes at a time is just what GreeZ needs to do in this race.
Oh. Grif's also going to go for the double bash method of Swamp Entry.
Yeah,
hopefully the shot won't phase through. And it doesn't, thank goodness.
Yeah, he actually made it, I think, impossible with the angle that he shot it at for it to phase through. It sometimes seems like just bad luck when you shoot the shot straight up into the roof and it goes through and you have to get another one. But by shooting it at an angle like Grif's did, it happens so that even if the shot goes through, it can actually fall back down into the roof afterwards. So, good job from him, like making it impossible to fail basically. And he'll be getting, wow, good I think that bash angle was a little unintentional, but he's alive, he's got the health for it. So Grifs will be grabbing Stomp now. And MrGreeZ heading on to Valley and Trace, so we'll be seeing Fast Stomp also to MrGreeZ soon, and this trick is kind of can be a little painful in no reset runs at times, because you lose a ton of time if you miss this. But MrGreeZ definitely has it to play with, so we'll see how it goes for him, and he's now down to 1 health because those spikes do 3, so this is an uncomfortable situation to be in.
And he gets hit with the frog.
Yeah, not the worst death you could take in this section, but certainly not one that you want after having waited for that Stomp Peg cutscene. So that's a pretty painful time loss. Still has a big lead on Grifs, but that's the kind of thing that Grifs needs to happen a couple times to make his way back into this race.
Okay, speaking of Grifs, he did take a damage going through the spikes. I believe he's at 2 health right now, but did put a save down right before a Ringo, and is a-okay getting through here, but oh, still the lasers, these are scary.
Yep, gets that dash glide nicely. That would be intimidating as heck without a dash glide there, but that's why a lot of people, even if they're not saving time on the blind movement, just do the blind movement so that don't have to deal with those lasers. Nice crow cutscene skip from Grifs there. Fortunately, double jumps a bit too early. It ends up hitting the jump pad, but gets out of that situation fast, doesn't take damage. He'll be going up to this 5th health, so this will give him some safety and sorrow, and you do need at least 5 health in this run, so it's not a huge time investment to go get this one. Grifs coming up to Fast Stompless now. You gotta aim this. Ooh, oh my gosh, if that works, holy smokes, because that shot was so high when he grabbed it, I feel like that had to have hit the roof. Is it really gonna work? It does. Holy smokes. Wow.
Oh.
I can't believe that made it through, but that's really nice. MrGreeZ knew too. There was no hesitation as he went back there, so he had a better handle on that shot than I did for sure, and he'll be going to feather quickly.
Grifs double bashing that spider shot to get up here.
Oh god, no! The wall betrayed him. He ended up double jumping when he wanted to be doing a wall jump and ended up falling into those one-shot spikes. But he had a safety save after the crow cutscene skip, so it's not a huge time loss, but that's the kind of thing he really needs to avoid. Oh gosh, taking another one, just bonking that roof there and losing his bash glide. MrGreeZ over on the left, he's going through Soro Bash, and it looks like a beautiful setup for him, very fast, and he is in there, so no opportunity for Grifs to catch up there.
What is it with these walls hating on Grifs today?
Man, walls in Ori are just so mean. All the like uneven bumps and stuff. I mean, they look cool, but man, are they hard to jump on. Oh, okay, so MrGreeZ had a really kind of strange occurrence, I guess, with that rocket jump there. He had the rocket jump speed, but then he hit the wall, and I feel like wall jumped or something, and then all his speed was gone. But maybe it was just the bonk. I don't know. Either way, he floats up. He's got a safety save before these spikes, so he's a-okay to go through here. They will kill him in 1 hit, but it's okay because the save is close, and he's on through to the Keystone Door and Church.
Now, while Grifs was going through Pretzel Purgatory, did you see if the Frankie followed Grifs down? Frankie did not follow Grifs down to charge Flame Trace, so he's going to have to use that energy to go through the, I suppose, intended way.
Yeah, he also didn't level Charge Flame efficiency before he did that, so he has it now, but it means he's down to full energy here. Ooh, MrGreeZ takes a quick little bite out of those pretzels, and he's going to be having to go through that section again, but not a big deal. But yeah, so MrGreeZ down a little bit of energy here. He either won't be able to charge flame this wall, and he is gonna stomp it. Okay, so that's the adaptation. There is an energy crystal early in Valley, which you always get, so he'll be back to full energy and ready to progress towards Zero. MrGreeZ coming in here to the Terror Break. Gonna save below this roof, and then charge jump some spikes, die, and then he'll be floating on up towards the Sunstone.
Oof. So Grifs is now going to start coming into Valley, following through. Not going to end up saying hello with his face to the frog.
Yep. Opts to place 1 save here before moving up to this bird section. It's a pretty good decision. You basically save mere seconds by not using any energy in this section. So he's going to place multiple safety saves in actually, and this tells me he's going to save on the teleporter after Valley, which loses a little bit of time, but you get tons of safety saves, eliminate the possibility of going all the way back to the spirit well. So he's got a good shot there from Fast Stompless. Looked maybe
Looked a little low.
I think it's gonna work. I would trust that one. There it is.
Really nice movement getting through. For a second there when he stopped and it didn't happen, I didn't think he got it.
Yep, so he does get it though, so he's off to grab Feather. And GreeZ giving us some more frog, you know, showcasing. Thrown off that Wilhelm scream.
Despite the Wilhelm, I do believe, I think that might have been intentional because he went to go grab the energy crystal specifically.
Yeah, might have dropped some energy in Sora. I didn't see exactly where it went, but he was down on energy when he went over there, so he's now hitting through the starting Misty. Nice movement, nice rocket jumps, nice charge dashes, so he's just tearing up this first part. And we'll skip on one of the charge dash chains to place another safety save. Great race decision, basically. Lose a second by not charge dashing, and you get, you know, a minute back if you decide to take a death. Oh,
wants to save, but gets beat up by the poison left over on the floor.
Yeah, that's the worst. And, you know, you're just trying to dash over to the right, and dash resets your invincibility frames, so you just continually dash into the crap that the slime left behind. So he will get one shot by these spikes in this section if he touches them, but his save's close, so he's going through with confidence. GreeZ took a quick death in the spikes in Soro, but he's okay through to the door now. Had a safety save there, so he's doing well. And man, GreeZ is just really owning this race. He's over 30 seconds ahead of his best tournament time at Climb here. And that's gotta feel good. He's really putting on a great show here.
Super clean movement through this area and definitely taking a decent amount of safety saves, choosing to not go for some of the charge dash movement, but instead make sure that he's not going to go all the way back to the climb tree. And I think that's really, really safe, and honestly, a really smart idea.
Yeah. The way that people tend to play Misty when they don't save is pretty much a relic of when you're going for PB attempts, and you say, well, even if I oh gosh, as GreeZ takes some spikes, you say, even if I save and die, I've lost so much time I can't PB anyways, but that's not what's going on here. This is a race, and you just need to get the best, you know, lowest average time that you can, pretty much, to maximize your chances of winning. So making these saves and not taking like a 30+ second long death is really good, but GreeZ has now ran out of energy, so he'll have to do maybe some alternate strats through this next part to get through. Might go for an energy crystal off to the side. We'll have to see how he manages this last bit. No, down to 2 health. This is getting uncomfortable, but even if he does die, he has those saves. We'll see the right side over here because he can't charge dash up to that Frankie, so we'll be going to the mini boss soon. Now he can use this energy to kill the boss faster, or he can save with it again. And
he is going to take a save.
Charge jump on its own does 50 damage, so it just takes a charge jump plus a little bit to kill each of these bosses. And, you know, true in keeping with the, I'm gonna lose a couple seconds maybe, but I'm not gonna lose 30+. GreeZ is playing solid there.
And I don't know if that was exactly necessary, but it looked cool as heck.
There you go. Oh. Bad angle on that rocket jump from Grifs, and he's low on energy too, so he can't rocket jump again here and still be able to charge that. Pretty much a theme of any energy management route in Misty. You know, you can choose where to dump your energy, but you always just want to leave yourself with one so that you can repeatedly charge dash bash on things and stomp cancel to refund that energy. But Grifs is opting as well. Make a safety save there, and we'll grab this energy down here once it magnets to him. It's really slow though.
Just gonna follow him all the way to the torch.
Yeah. Giving us some more mouse circles. Those are a little bit less frantic than some of the earlier mouse circles, but still whoa, okay, we're alive. Everything's fine. But still expressing, you know, maybe not the happiest for this round.
Yeah, but he does get to the climb tree. No super worse for wear.
Yeah, so GreFs has made that progress into Misty now, but GreeZ is all the way over to Grenade, so minutes separate the runners at the moment. very unlikely that Grifs will be able to catch up, but still not impossible. So he's playing on, going as fast as he can through Misty. Basically, Grifs has to play perfect. MrGreeZ has to make a couple mistakes for this lead to shift, but that's definitely not completely impossible. So let's see what happens.
Does have a couple energy to go through here, and drops the safe to save as well. So, oh,
Yep.
third.
Boy. Okay. So that's 4 health doing its job well, and you're still alive after you take 1 spike hit. I would not be surprised to see a safety save at the 4th keystone here. There it is.
Which he does take. Now he does have the energy for the rocket jump. Does he have any energy for the other one?
He set up the rocket jump and then didn't do it, so maybe he was thinking, no, I don't want to risk taking another spike hit, and just kind of like bailed out on it last minute. But we'll be progressing to the mini boss soon, so I think Grifs' Misty was a little bit better than MrGreeZ. He didn't have as many energy problems. Oh, nice.
Oh!
I don't know how that left one took enough damage. I thought it wasn't working, but maybe my eyes were just not seeing the health bar move. But nice quick kill, 1 cycle from MrGreeZ, and he's gonna swag out and do some stomp cancels in front of the door, but does some too low and drops 2 energy.
I only thought I dropped the 1.
Oh boy. Well, that's fine. You can refund a lot of your charge dashes here anyways, but he's tearing through this last bit of Misty. He's trying to do everything he can to catch up with the moment, and MrGreeZ will be at Horu soon. On to the last series of horrible tricks on the run, door warp, and then grenade jump in the escape. So we'll have to see how this goes for him.
So what do you think? First red door warp?
I'm gonna go with second. I'm not feeling super optimistic.
I believe. I
All right.
believe in MrGreeZ.
I was hoped for first, but does it? No. Okay.
Oh.
I called second. Come on. You got this. Dang.
Now MrGreeZ is using keyboard mouse for door warp.
Yeah, this is really a tough trick to get. You kind of just have to, in some ways, hope. You have to press up on the first frame that you enter the door, and MrGreeZ here trying to time it so that he presses just at the right time. Some people mash, some people time, some people say that their way is the best, but you know, whatever way you do it, this trick can be pretty brutal. So taking a couple tries at it, he has a big lead to play with, and he'll get it soon, certainly. But definitely kind of getting the bad end of it right now.
Yeah. I've lost count.
Counting door warp is impossible. I honestly gave up after 3. And there it is, on the nth try. MrGreeZ is into Horu and will be starting that final escape now. Grifs did a grenade jump and took a little bit of damage from spikes, but should be okay. He was so fast that laser was like really slow to spawn, so he couldn't beat it, but he didn't trust himself to beat it and tried to float above it, but it took forever to show up. So he'll have to get through. He did rekindle the save, leaving the grenade area, so he doesn't take a huge death there. MrGreeZ over on the left. Now on the final escape, he's got to get through this part. No damage taken, so that he can do that final swim, and then get onto the grenade jump. Now that has given him some trouble in the past, so we'll have to keep our eyes open for that and see how he manages that final trick. Oh, hey, yo, nice little... I didn't know there was a ledge you could grab there, but hey, that works. That's one way to stay above that boulder. Alright, MrGreeZ, he's through the swim. He did not die. That's really what you want there. We'll be jumping up this last section of the final escape now, and is gonna say, I'm ahead. Forget doing grenade jump. I'm taking the win. That's a good decision because, you know, you can't PB at this point anyways. So, and this is best race time. It doesn't matter. It's a bracket match. All that matters is that you win. So he's like, okay, let's just guarantee the win because there's no way that Grifs can catch up even with a grenade jump. If I soft lock twice, maybe he can. So don't do it. Just take the win. Great play from MrGreeZ. GG.
Something that the truck has brought to my attention is that Grifs is actually going into escape at 6 health.
Yeah, that gives you a nice little buffer for safety. The final swim takes at least 4 hits, does 4 damage to you, so you can do it at 5, but it can be a little scary at times, depending on your movement and depending how the fish present themselves to you. You can have a hard time with it. But Grifs has made it to door warp now. We'll see if he can do better than MrGreeZ's nth attempt there. And he'll be trying for the N-1 door warp usages.
Come on, first try. First
Nails
try!
I really love to see the first try door warps in races because we can actually know that it was first try. Now Grifs onto the final escape. I imagine he'll probably do the grenade jump here just to show us how it's done. Try to finish this as fast as possible. Dumping some energy here. Oh yes! I love this. Okay.
No! Oh no, he's not gonna go for it.
So there's similar to the Crow cutscene skip, a way to despawn Crow in the second room by bashing off of a grenade at a precise spot. And if you do that, you can do a grenade jump all the way over to the fourth room. But he did it and he got the Crow spawn. So I mean, nobody practices that really because it's like such a weird, useless, and risky strat. But he tried to go for it. Unfortunately, Crow spawned, so he bailed out right away because he would have died if he tried the grenade jump. But man, I like to see people go for that stuff. It's so cool.
It's so silly. He is gonna go for the final grenade jump.
Yep, setting up.
And it makes it look easy.
And if we could have this one back without Grifs taking those early deaths, I think this race would have been like really, really close because I think this deficit at the end here is definitely less than what it was at the start. Grifs managed to catch up, but that's also partly, in fact, due to how MrGreeZ was playing. Really just safe, you know? He's ahead and he's gonna make safety saves and he's gonna, you know, have 0 energy for the mini boss but have a save right there, so even if he dies he only loses like 5 seconds kind of thing. So it's always neat to see people adapt their strats for races, and Grifs now finishing up with final time of, well, I'll get for you in a moment, but GG to Grifs, making his way through that rough run and coming into the finish line with a 38-13.
Well, I suppose with these runners, a big GG is in order, eh? Yeah, okay, that was bad.
the MrGreeZ, you know, the good grip. Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Well, good showing on both runners, and apparently we now have a bit of a wall problem. But
yeah. So they're both going to join us momentarily to talk, but in the meantime, let's take a look at how that affects the bracket. So MrGreeZ moving on, winning that close 32-33 seed match, and will be getting the dubious honor of going up against Hydra, first seed, in the round of 64.
You really sure that's an honor?
That's why it's dubious. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough match for him. I mean, anybody would find themselves in a tough spot against Hydra. Very, very unlikely that you can win that, but you know, stranger things have happened. So I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for that one when it shows up. And Grifs moving down into the lower bracket there, and we'll be facing the winner of He Did It versus Sonic Buster whenever those matches get played. So both players still alive in the tournament, so we'll get to see more from both of them. And I'll be looking forward to all of that.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I imagine we'll be talking to these guys soon. Just waiting for audio and whatnot to be figured out. Oh, okay, I guess I can drag them in. Okay, hang on. Alright, so now we are joined by MrGreeZ and Grifs. GG to both you guys finishing up that race.
Thanks.
Thank you. That was interesting.
Is it interesting the proper word for it?
Oh.
Maybe spaghetti first, sure.
Well, how are you two feeling after that?
fuck the warp.
I could uninstall this game that much. I don't know. Okay, I guess. Not the best start. So,
Yeah, that was I guess some bad luck in the Death Gauntlet there with that dashed glide cancel just pulling you
yeah, that
directly
was
into the
super
spikes.
early. Yeah. The second one was me holding jump on the small wall, and I didn't get off the jump second time, so because I was holding still. Yeah, and got charred, so that's fun.
Yeah, I think you did a good job after that. Like those early deaths just are so hard to deal with because you just lose so much time on it. But you did your best and managed to keep pace pretty well, close the gap a little bit. But I do want to ask GreeZ about that late game. Being ahead that much. Did you adapt things to place that many safety saves, or did you just in general want to play that kind of safe in a race?
I dropped as many safety saves as I could. Like when I saw Grifs dying in the death gauntlet, then I don't remember when, but I knew that my mid game was shaky. That's pretty much always where I lose my runs, where my runs died between the Kidu, between the fast on place. So I kept running like I do in a PB attempt. Then when I saw that I got fast on place first try, Sorrow Bash first try, entering Misty, I started to drop as many saves as I could, just to secure.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was well played. Definitely making it safe going into the finish. Also doing things like grenade jump. I'm guessing you just skipped it because you were like, I just don't want to soft lock.
I wasn't sure if I had the time if I could lose like 35 seconds, and at the moment I was thinking about it, I saw Grifs died on the lasers at grenade, so I just said, okay, I won't grenade jump. I have the time, so I just finished as fast as I could.
Makes sense. So one more question for you, GreeZ. You're moving on into a match against Hydra, the first seed of the tournament. How are you feeling about that one? And are you going to do anything special to prepare for it?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know yet. Probably do my best. To keep people entertained.
I wish you the best of luck with that one. That's not an easy match, but you have that upper bracket advantage going for you, so you'll still be alive even if you take the loss there. But I'll be cheering you on madly from the bleachers on that one. So looking forward to that. GG and good luck. Now for Grifs, moving on through the tournament, you're still alive here, and you'll be facing next the winner of He Did It versus Sonic Buster. So you're gonna do anything in particular to warm up for that match, or are you feeling pretty good about that one?
I will hope that Ori won't be mean that day. But yeah, like today I did practice everything, like it was fine, but just this race went special. I don't know. We'll see how the practice goes. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the early game can certainly do it to you, and then your time is just like, oh gosh, well, I lost 2 minutes right away, what do I do now? I hope that doesn't happen to you in the next race, but I'll be looking forward to that as well. So, GG today, good job playing through all of that, and good luck in your future matches.
Okay.
Alright, so thanks both of you guys for joining us, thanks for putting on a good show. This is all the Ori we have for you right now, but there will be a match later at 7 p.m. on Speed Gaming. And in the meantime, we are switching over to some Super Metroid coming up on this channel in just about 10 minutes. So if you want to check that out, stick around. More Metroidvania action. I think that's the multi-category tournament. Or wait, yeah, that's the multi-category tournament. So that who knows what we're gonna get. That one's always fun to see. So stick around, watch the Super Metroid, come back for Ori at 7. I've been Sigma with Poogle. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you later.
damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. And wow, Yoko. Oh,
No,
my
oh no,
goodness.
Yoko. Oh my goodness. Please be careful.
He hasn't taken any like really bad deaths as a result, but
Oh no.
Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, true shade. So we're gonna see what D2 decides to do. Nice safety save there, and wow, the value from the safety save.
The trick itself requires precisely positioning a frog and managing your XP, but because that can happen, because that froggy has a chair and it can stomp it right on your tiny little head.
Oh god, Milton, get out of there!
Holy crap, the recovery from that.
It's deceptive. Ooh, deceptively difficult. Rufus.
Holy
so close.
crap, Rufus.
Oh.
These shots are amazing. I hope he does not get that on the upper one. Jesus, broken his swamp.
Oh, Monkley getting hit by the shot.
That all that Terra did. Missing that, but he's got the back up. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, try again. This time you can get to the platform.
What you've seen from runners like Lucidus, Uncle Ronnie, and Eviona so far in the tournament, and oh wow! I do not know how he survived.
Both runners getting that 5th.
Oh, Randomson had a really... Wow, what a nice backup, though. Randomson had trouble with the first spider shot, but now it's basically tied.
Go stomp the rocks. And oh.
Fluffy, what
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh,
you really just keep moving and skip that cutscene?
Oh god, Hori's in the air! Hello!
Oh no. Oh, Frankie. Frankie, please go away. Oh, that is so painful.
Oh, this is a party.
Not quite going according to plan. Melvin's gonna go with the stomp spam, keep that frog away, get out of here, don't hit me with your chair. He says he gets through it okay, and we'll be just finishing up Misty.
The section is really difficult with the 5 health. Alright, he gets the bash off of the fish. So yeah, he gets through, but upcoming here is
He's on Crow!
Oh, he died! Death! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well.
What?
This is literally synced in the final escape, guys. Unbelievable.
Both stop the thing together. Okay.
Each one of those grenades costs 1. He's got 1 left. That's enough for 2 grenade jump attempts. If he keeps missing in that particular way, he's got 1 chance left.
One more.
And he gets it. The
First
clutch.
try, and well, not first try, but you know what? First try.
We'll call it first try.